All right, all right, all right, all right. Welcome back to another episode of Put
Your
Pride Down.
down. Yes.
Once again, my name is Kurt Turner, pronouns he, him, and his.
My name is Malik Turner, pronouns he, him, and his.
All right. Welcome back, family. One day we will have a consistent schedule for y'all.
Yes.
Sometimes we give y'all the week to week to week. Sometimes we give y'all the week, skip one, another week. Sometimes we'll see y'all next month.
No, for real. Life be happening. Life be lifing. How about that?
Life is extra on life
Yes.
as of recently. But you know what? It's just all part of growth. It's all part of the progress. And we're just blessed for y'all to continue to be locked in with us. So thank you, for that. But real quick, how you feeling, bro?
I'm feeling very calm and at peace right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nah, it feels good. How about you, man?
Same. Just calm. This week had moments of stress, but when this stress is the remnants of things that I've prayed for, I can't be mad at it.
Talk about it.
So
Talk about it.
to talk about it, you know what? But before I even talk about that, let's go into our checking question.
Wait. Let's do one other thing before we do that, if you don't mind.
What's up?
Welcome, family and friends.
Yep.
To again put your pride down.
Yep.
Make sure y'all follow us on social media, Instagram, put your pride down, all lowercase. Same as YouTube, put your pride down, all lowercase. You know, like, subscribe, share, comment, do what you gotta do, show some love, engage. But back to our regularly scheduled program.
Oh wait, I think we should make the announcement. I don't think we had this up the last time.
No, we didn't.
We are officially on Spotify.
Yes, Spotify too.
Spotify, I believe we're also on Apple Music, and your streaming platforms. We're still figuring out the technology part, but Spotify says that they take your podcast and they split it up amongst all the different streaming platforms. All right, cool. If that's what Spotify says it's doing, I believe them. I'm a Spotify user. I don't have Apple Music. I don't have Amazon. Tidal, no. My bank account says Spotify, so that's cool. But yes, we are officially on Spotify and your streaming platforms. Same thing as everything else. Put your pride down. Please forgive if the episodes are out of order. Listen, it's a thing. Don't worry about it.
Figure it out.
The episodes are up there. Please tune in on Spotify, and we will have a schedule for you all within the next. Hopefully by the next podcast, we'll have a stronger schedule for y'all for us to be more consistent with, and we will hold ourselves accountable. And if we don't do that, please hold us. Just go into our comments and just let us know. Hey, y'all are, like, where are y'all at? We would appreciate that as well. So that we know that y'all would love to continue to hear from us. But yeah, we're gonna start off this episode from the space of intentionality. So question is, when was the last time you did or completed something that was intentional? So you want to start, or I can run with it?
Yeah, go for it,
cool. So the last time I did or completed something intentional, I'm moving apartments, y'all. This turning 30 is happening in the next couple months.
I'll be old as hell, but
listen, man. But listen, my knees still. Listen, on the court, y'all want no problem. I don't even play ball like that. I don't know why I'm lying to anybody. But listen,
I'm not gonna say no.
Listen, I may not be starting five, but I could be like the backup to the backup. So in case someone hurt themselves, listen, coach, I'm ready. Probably won't be able to do too much just like inbound the ball and like play some defense. But I'll be a body on the court, but I'm the backup to the backup on the court. But
you can play defense though.
Listen,
now you can play some decent defense.
Listen. I'm a pest when it comes to the court. Like Patrick Beverly, boy. You won't like that offensive. Nah, like you're not expecting that from him. Like he may put in a 3 every once in a while and surprise you all in the clutch. But on defense, listen, I'm gonna get on your nerves, and it may not even be my defense. It just may be me getting on your nerves. That is the best kind of defense that I can provide. All right. But something I did intentionally was like, as I'm getting older and trying to really understand my finances and my relationship with money, because that's been an on and off thing forever at this point, where like I have my moments where I save. I always usually have like some money put aside from every check. But because I was unemployed, the like saving did come in clutch. And now that I've been through unemployment, not receiving the unemployment funds, by the way, so just living off of my savings and a little bit off of my credit card, mainly for gas and groceries. But outside of that, my rent and everything was strictly my savings account. I see where I need to prioritize financially. So with that said, I can still easily afford where I'm living now. The thing is, I'm not above being unemployed, so that's very clear. But I don't ever want to be in a position again where I am, hopefully, God forbid, I'm ever unemployed ever again. But if that were to happen, I don't want to question if I can afford my living expenses off of my savings. Thankfully, by the grace of God, I had just enough in my savings account to last me through the entirety of employment until I got employed again. So that was a massive blessing. Thank you, God.
Amen.
But in that time, like I said, I could afford my rent, and there's like this rule of thumb, right, where your living expenses should not exceed 30% of your take home pay. I'll say this, that my rent plus utilities took up one check. So, because I get paid bi-weekly, or at least it took up one check of my last pay. So about 50% of my income was going towards my living expenses, of my rent and my utilities. And the rest, and luckily I didn't really have any other any of the bills that was too much. So my second check was able to take care of like everything else, plus I was still able to save on top of that. But experiencing unemployment, coming down to like my last few dollars to finally to pay that last bit of rent, I do not want to have to question if I'm going to be able to cover rent in the case of worst case scenario. So now, going back to the question of the last time I did something intentional, I am moving somewhere where my living expenses is now less than 30% of my take-home pay. Give me the applause button. I usually don't. Yeah. All right.
I love that.
I needed that. And another thing. And so one is reducing my living expenses. One, and two, applauding myself when I'm doing good stuff. I usually feel like and I was saying this to someone who I met, the reason why I don't applaud myself or acknowledge whoever accolades or whoever my successes are is because as soon as I feel like I accomplish that one thing, there's like 2 or 3 other things that I still need to put my complete undivided attention into. But I'm gonna stop doing that, and I'm gonna take those moments to be like, those 2 or 3 things that are important, yes, but this moment it needs to be it needs to be celebrated. So give me that applause button again.
Good.
I don't got my glasses on. I can't see.
Blind.
But that's where I'm at. So yeah, appreciate you giving the floor, bro. How about you?
Yeah, no. First, congratulations, man.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, it's lovely to hear you. First, just give yourself some flowers. I know I pressed the applause button, but you opened the door to applaud yourself. That's beautiful.
Appreciate it.
And to be financially literate.
Yeah.
You know how that happens. And again, for me, just in the vision I want to focus on within the Black community. I don't know percentage wise, but I know some of us within the Black community lack financial literacy based on upbringing, based on exposure to different information and stuff like that. So for you to take those action steps, not talking about like what individual family members got going on, but it sounds like you breaking generational curses by making sure that you become more financially literate on how you move in the future. So congratulations, my guy.
Sure, bro. Thank you.
Of course.
Thriving. And now this has been, like I said, I'm about to turn 30, and my 20s was filled with financial mistakes. I was just trying to have a good time. Like everything was good time. Like even when I first moved down here, I'm like, my non-negotiable was I need an in-unit washer and dryer. It doesn't like that above all else. Like I don't care for none of the other amenities. In-unit wash and dryer. It needs to be clean. It needs to be like no roaches. No roaches.
No, she meant.
I meant to say rats and roaches at the same time. Yeah.
No roaches.
No roaches.
We don't see one of those. Boy.
Listen, some people. You know what? I'm not even go down that path right now.
Oh, we all been there and done.
Listen, man. But that was a non-negotiable. Now that I'm older, it's like I don't need that. Like that's not a need that I'm gonna have. Like, and my goal is to eventually, is to buy a house. And my house will have a in-unit washer and dryer. Actually, no, forget that. My future house will have a whole laundromat in the basement. So me and my wife and the kids, I'll be doing our laundry at the same time. And my kids will be doing their own laundry. I will not be doing my kids' laundry. At the young age of 2.5, they would know how the difference between your color clothes, your delicates, and your white clothes. That bleach, or if you don't use bleach, they're gonna know. They're gonna know as soon as they are able to identify the different colors. Oh, so you know your colors now. Now you know how to do laundry.
You'll start driving soon.
Listen,
they gonna start driving at 3.
Listen, I won't be driving forever, and I need someone to learn. All right, Junior. I don't want. First of all, I don't want my kid to be named after me. That's that's a whole other thing. But yeah, bro. But to your point, financial literacy in the Black community, we need to be more intentional about that. And a lot of it does come with trial and error. When I first moved here, it's a nice spot in a nice community. Yeah. But I wanted what I wanted.
Yeah.
And no one's gonna stop me from that. But once I got it, it's almost like how like some celebrities, like they want the celebrity, and then they get it, and they're like, yeah, nah, you can have all this. And I think that's my situation. Like I love and I would keep this, but I have goals down the line in the future, and it's more important for me to live below my means I think because previously with my other job, I lived at my means, and I think that's a conversation that we need to have more of, and have to differentiate the two. Living at, like, we all could live at our means, because before I was living at my means, but some of us need to live below our means. Some people live above their means, and that's completely tragic. And it's important to budget. And for the first time, also, I usually budget for the month. For the first time I budgeted 6 months out. And it felt good to actually see, all right, from now to the end of this calendar year, like, based on my pay and like me saving, that'll be okay. With the plan that I have in place for the next 6 months. In the past, I usually budget for that 1 month.
Yeah.
And I like stick to that, not really. But it's like I budget for the first month, and then like, oh, I haven't figured out without really having a plan for months 2 through 6. Now the next 6 months I have a budget, I'm sticking to it. And we're just gonna thrive from there. So yeah, but I appreciate you bringing up the conversation, and maybe we could dive into that a little more. But back to you.
And I appreciate you sharing. Something I did intentional. So I'll provide a little bit more background. So within my current position, I'm contracted working at a university as an undergraduate program coordinator. Literally just focus on like recruitment and retention. And I'm not gonna get into the details, but being contracted, some fine lines in between with the human resources department. So there's ways on how I am able to renew by contract. I have to pretty much have like a 2-week time frame where I'm not getting paid. And at first I'll just say that at first I was definitely really depressed. I'm just like, bro, like, I need the money, got bills I gotta pay for, rent, stuff like that. But it probably took me about like 2 or 3 days. Think about, because those 2 days I was highly depressed. I did not want to go to bed. Be transparent, I didn't shower. Like, I was down bad. But continue with my whole regimen, just praying and stuff like that, and having the support with Candace and stuff like that as well. But I think on that third day, it gave me the initiative just to like maximize this time that I have. Like, I was really able to rest, like, because I know I don't really sleep well at night. I was able to rest very well. I was able to connect more with God at a higher level, and I'll explain a little bit more about that in details. And I think the thing that I enjoyed the most was just reading, bro. Like, growing up, I didn't really like reading just because the materials didn't have a true interest for me. Stuff in high school, stuff in college. But having the privilege and liberty to choose and identify books that you want to read as an individual, it holds a lot of power because you're engaged on what you want to be exposed to. And I think I finished about like 2 books that I was able to read that I started a while back, but I never finished. One was by Jay Shetty. It's called Think Like a Monk. Okay. And I bought that, I think, around like 2020, if I'm not mistaken. I finally finished that book, and it felt good to close that book. Like, I learned so much from his perspective as a monk in regards of like how you serve, the spiritual aspect, how you show up, being patient, meditating, things like that too. So that really opened my eye at another level. Okay. Another book I would recommend, it's called We Go On by John. I'm not gonna butcher his last name. I don't want to be disrespectful, but I believe he is Nigerian. I think, I'm not too sure. But just look it up on Amazon or something like that. You'll find it out.
What's the name of the book again?
The name of the book is We Go On.
We Go On. Okay.
Yeah, and that's more of a spiritual book as well. He connects more of the chapters, connecting more of the Bible, but some specific Bible chapter in Ecclesiastes, and that really just shows more of the perspective on life and how we should view life and what we should pay more attention to and have less attention to certain things. Yeah. And so he provided a perspective where his brother had passed away. Again, forgot how he transitioned, but I know his brother had transitioned, and he just talked about how he grew from that experience, on his marriage, on having his own business, on just identifying himself as a person, getting closer to God.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of things I learned throughout that book as well. And I'm on another one right now. I'm about to finish very soon. We posted that last time. It's by Jason Wilson, Battle Cry. I think that might be one of my favorite books of all time right now. Just because there's a lot of emotional unpacking that I'm able to do.
Yeah.
Things I'm like, literally when I read the chapter, I'm just like, bro, this happened today. Like, what can I do to implement these things? And I'm just still just working on how I can express myself to be more of he explained to be more of a compassionate man. And it's I'm paraphrasing, but it's to be more in tune with my emotions, to be assertive, loving, and caring, but just to also work on those layers that needs the work that needs to be developed. And I think that's something that I'm slowly getting towards to. And I don't know if it's an identified goal, but like, I'm really coming to the understanding that I love reading, and that was probably one of the most intentional things, because I'm not active on Instagram or any other social media platforms. But real quick, definitely, I had a birthday yesterday. It's August 24th. I don't like birthdays, but we'll get more to that another time. We're gonna applaud. But you can see.
Happy birthday, my guy.
I appreciate it. I just turned 28. And I'm not gonna be on social media for a while, but folks that did say happy birthday and I didn't see it, I want to appreciate y'all and love y'all very much. But that's something else where I'm able just to be intentional with reading, disconnecting from social media, getting more in tune with God, and just trying my best just to keep moving forward. And I realized I feel like I'm calmer, I'm more at peace. Like, I really feel it, not just sitting here with you, but just like going back to work. I was back in the office this past week, and my energy, like, I feel a little bit more confident. I'm more at pace, more at ease, less distracted, becoming more grateful. And so I'll give myself a little pat in the back and say that, the work that I was able to do by reading and other prayers and stuff like that, I was able to try my best to put that work in to show that, this can come to fruition when I put the effort in. So,
especially when you give yourself a little applause.
Another one. Appreciate it.
You know what? Now I know why DJ Khaled keep saying another one. Listen, here's another one. It makes sense now. Like, DJ Khaled is the ultimate hype man. I think we all need a DJ Khaled. We need to be our individual DJ Khaled. Here's another one.
You might just cue it up now.
Listen, man. But I appreciate you sharing that. And if you don't mind sharing, how long ago was when you were experiencing that depressive state, when you were going through that 2 weeks?
We're in the month of August right now. To be exact, we're recording this on August 25th. So literally just 2 weeks from now.
Word.
Yeah, 2 weeks. I would say, I know I had went to visit some family. I think probably. Let me look at my calendar just real quick. Came back here. I'll probably say the week of August 7th.
Okay. Yeah,
just real depressed and stuff like that. Real depressed, yeah. Probably took me about like 2 days to get out of it.
Okay.
Definitely on that third day, I was able to show more action and to be more in tune with what was really going on. So slowly but surely.
And then you kind of transitioned into the books that you were reading. And something about, I appreciate the 3 books that you did share. The Jason Wilson book, I'm going to have to start when I finish this next book, or this first book that I'm on. But can you pull something from the Jay Shetty book that assisted you through that, if anything, please?
Yes, I think one thing that really resonated with me the most is how much this is later on, I think towards the end of the book, he talked about just serving. And again, I'm paraphrasing on everything else, but realizing that God created us to not only just serve him and to please him, but to serve other people. And once we're able to identify, I think It's called Dharma, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's more just identifying your passions. Just pretty much just other passions and other skills and things that you acquire in order to give you a realization of how you can serve more in your purpose. And so I believe it's pronounced Dharma, if I'm not mistaken. But just realizing that just serving people is really key. Like it brings a lot more of your character. So you can make sure that whatever you're passionate about, you can do that by serving. Whatever you have more interest in, you can do that by serving. And in my role at this particular institution, I came to understand that I'm here just to serve, to do the best that I can until I'm moving on to the next assignment. And I know me, like it's definitely my blood. I believe I definitely got first from God, but really just looking from my mother. Like she always served, not just as a mother, not just as a daughter, not just as a aunt or a colleague or anything of that nature, but she literally would just do anything for anybody when it comes to the family dynamic. And I always saw that and looked up to that, just like she's always doing something for others, but realizing that the serving portion should be key. Whatever we do in life, we should serve. Should serve for the betterment of a smaller knit group, and then try to work your way to impact the world at a larger level. So, and I'm trying to identify how do I want to serve people based on things that I'm more passionate about. And I've done those things, but want to be consistent in serving, not just through like text messages, not just through just sharing resources, which is also very valuable, but I want to figure out what can I do to really impact a town, a city, a state, then work my way around the U.S. and then the whole entire world globally. So.
And you said you've identified some things. You mind sharing what some of those things are?
Serving, yeah.
Or how you are going to go about that? About serving.
For myself, just to be truly authentic. And so there's a lot of things I love asking people intentional questions, and it's when I'm realizing now is always gravitating towards God on how they plan on getting closer to God, what ways that they're struggling on, what ways they want to live life. Like prime example, I'm not gonna go into much details, but I think I asked my family members this, probably my grandparents and my mother, but I'm gonna go down the list. But I asked my mother this every single time I'm on the phone with her. I asked her, like, did you, do you have any update for me? And it's updates in regards to her dreams. And I'm not going to give out her age. Black don't crack, so it doesn't matter. But I'm realizing that the dreams that I want to fulfill is at a higher level.
Okay.
But we got to make sure we just check with our folks as well, because they feel like their dream has diminished over the years because they had to be a parent, they had to work their jobs. They feel like their time is done. So whatever I learn, whatever I absorb, I try to make sure I feed that back into her.
Yep.
Because now I feel like I'm being more of a parent. Like,
yep,
you were stern on me, but you know what? I'm gonna say something else in Jason Wilson's book too. Yeah. But if you don't mind,
go ahead.
You were stern on me, but I'm gonna give you a different perspective on how I've learned and developed myself based on certain tools. Yeah. On how I wanna, how I can see you grow.
And you know what's real quick? Not to
include.
I had the same conversation with my mother on. What day is it? Today's, I don't know what day it is. Today's Friday.
It's Friday.
Like, bruh, it's been a week. Sometime last week. I think maybe this time last week, I had the same conversation with my mom. She's been struggling because I don't want to get too deep into her business, but she's been struggling with like next steps and some things, and I was like, aren't you the one who told me if God is for you, who can be against you? Right? And she was like, I know, but and I'm like, wait, hold on. And all the times that you told me this quote, never have I ever heard you tell me it say, if God is for you, who can be against you? But where did the but come from? She's like, I know. I'm like, well, if you know, then why you saying the but? Like, let's be honest. Let's be for real. Like, in all of my life, you told me if God is for me, who can be against you? And you're telling me but. So when did the but come? Was the but always there? And you were lying to me? She's like, girl, I wasn't lying. All right, cool. So therefore, you were not lying. So therefore, the quote is verbatim: if God is for you, who can be against you? And she's like, okay. So yes, I was just really, and also you using my own personal my own experiences of my own life and my own tests that transitioned into my testimony.
There we go.
Right, and like that inspired her to move forward. And like you said, to parent, this has been coming up a lot lately. But parenting your parents, that'll be another conversation in another episode. But I appreciate, you bringing that up. Yeah.
No, thank you for sharing too.
Yeah,
because it's key to do that. Like literally, our parents. I always go back to these things that I'm learning right now. And again, everyone's household is very different when it comes to dynamics and upbringing. But if you really think about our generation, again, well, we're not old, we're getting wise. We all know that. You're about to turn 30, and I just turned 28.
Yeah.
So we're in the millennial stage of our generation. The generation before us are not Gen Z, Gen X, right? Whatever the generation before us, y'all parents. Boomers. No, that's before that.
Yeah.
So the grandparents are baby boomers, but after
that is Gen X.
Yeah. So Gen X. Yeah. The Gen X. Our parents, what I think about, again, depending on how you all grew up, and also the baby boomer ages, if you really think about it, how I think about it, it's more of the survival stage. Yeah. They did as much as they could based on the information that they were given, the exposure that they were given, and they just kept on going until they couldn't stop. Yeah. Because they know they can't stop because they have a goal, they have a family to raise, kids to raise, and things of that nature. Yeah. But they're forgetting that they have the opportunity to thrive, to thrive in life, to be the individual that God has ordained them to be. Because we're meant to work and we're meant to serve God, but we're not meant to just die from just the work that we're doing, like of exhaustion. Yeah. And some of I would say for my mom, I asked those questions like, what is your dream? And I'm not saying she gives me a basic answer, but I keep challenging her every single time. Like, expand your mind of the possibilities. If you had no limitations of something that you want to develop, what is that thing that you can pray for, manifest for, and make it come to fruition? Yep. Because I know I have trouble doing it myself, and I'm changing my mindset every single day. But I want to let her know, like, no matter how old you may think you may be, because again, black don't crack, no expiration date on that. Nope. You still have life, you have breath that God has given you. Yep. And if you want to work towards your dreams, do it. And I'm here with you. I know some stuff that you may not know. You know some stuff that I don't know. Yeah. And when I tell you that question opened up doors for me to understand that I really don't know my mother, but that's in the most positive way, because I'm able to peel those layers back and ask those uncomfortable conversations, those direct, indirect conversations. Who do you want to be? Besides working for somebody else for 30 plus years, 40 years, whatever it may be. 30, my fault, 30 years plus. Yeah. Who do you want to be moving forward? What are the dreams you want to accomplish? And it was so warm just to hear that. Like, I felt like a child when I wrote this. I'm going to write this down real quick, because I'm going to remember this. When God continues to bless me, but when I'm able to be in the place and space I'm able to be, first I'm going to work on myself. I'm going to get rid of my personal debt. I'm going to strategize and work on some investments. Strategize, getting involved in these communities, nonprofit, the list goes on. And then I'm going to make sure my moms are straight, sisters, cousins, family, all the whole line as much as I can. Because if I have the funds and access and community partners to get those things done, don't worry about it. Here it is. Make sure you work on you to unpack all the layers you need to do to make sure you remain confident. Make sure you remain God-fearing, and make sure that you remain optimistic, and make sure that you have a positive mindset and get these goals done. Because your time is done doing all the hard work. Now it's my turn to work hard and make sure that you good. And I'm not taking over God's blessing over you. God has blessed me. God has blessed you through me. That's how I'm seeing it. So
that's real.
Yeah, I know it's a lot, but that's how I feel when it comes to that whole parenting conversation.
Yeah. And I feel the same exact way, like, especially how you ended it, like, God is blessing you through me now. Yeah. And like, and I've been saying this a lot lately. Like, my mom has been working like for basically 12 years straight without any kind of vacation, from like 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. the next morning, back to back. And then like Wednesdays going to Thursdays is 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. and then a 7 a.m. job to 7 p.m. like a 12-hour shift, no, a 24-hour shift, basically. And like she's finally like at the kind of basically about to retire soon, but she's still like in that, like, she doesn't necessarily have to work as hard as she does, because where my sister and I are in our lives right now, we could definitely take care of her if she would allow us to, but
he on that allow part though.
Yeah, allow us to. But yeah, she's like, oh, I have all these bills. I'm like, Mom, you don't got no bills. Like, your kids are grown. You're like, we don't necessarily need any financial assistance. Like, we need your love and your care and like your perspective and things like that. But like, you not worry about too much anymore. You can finally relax now. So we're finally going on a trip with her these next few coming months, just to say like, hey, let's just sit down and just enjoy life, enjoy life. But yeah, but parenting your parents is hard. And I've been saying it's hard for a while now, but actually, thank you for this conversation, honestly, because it's showing it's rewarding. And neither you or I have kids right now. None. But none.
I can wait another 30.
Yo.
I mean that in the most positive way.
I don't necessarily need to wait another 30, but as of this breathing second, right now, I'm cool. I'm very content on not having kids right now. That's a whole, yeah.
Let's you saying? You saying what?
That whole kids conversation just throws me. Like, every time, it's like I said, like, I'm turning 30, and it's like, mind you, I've never aspired to have kids before 30, because my parents had me well into their 30s, and then my sister after that. So it's like I never had aspirations. Like I've had a conversation. That's all the point. I'm cool on kids, but my point is, parenting your parents is a very real thing. And like, the best part is seeing them. It's kind of like, because parents always talk about like you seeing your child grow and like develop and like finally like understand the world and get it. I feel like, and it feels like the same for you. Like, through that conversation with your mother, you see a light kind of turn on in her. It was always there, and same for my mom. It was always there, but like, it was like a reignition. It was like the spark that they needed. And sometimes all we need is a spark. Like, the light, the flame is already there. Like, all the ingredients for a flame to thrive is there. All it needs is that spark, and it feels good, and it feels like the same for you to be that spark for both of our mothers. So mommy, thank you, love you. You probably never watch these podcasts, or maybe you will one day.
Yeah,
I don't know. I will send it to you. Thank you. I think I sent this to you many times before, but I'm not in this position without you. You invested a lot into me, and I'm gonna be real honest. I know we have to wrap up this episode soon. But a lot of people have doubted me in my life. A lot of people very close to me, people who don't matter at this point, and everyone in between have doubted me. My mother at most maybe has questioned like the direction I'm going in, or challenged the direction that I'm going in, but has never doubted me and said like, you're not capable, that you cannot do this. And that's been, and even when I was unemployed, she called me every single day. She called me. Other people disappeared. Other people were inconsistent, or some people were able to just give me what they could. And I appreciate everyone. I appreciate everyone who checked in on me, who called me. You bro, thank you as well for making sure that I was good wherever you can. But my mother called me every single day for 3.5 months.
That's love,
bro.
That's
like
love.
Nah, like, it was like before we would talk, like we'll talk like once a week, just do a quick check in, but like not every day. She was there on the line. Matter if she was on her way to work, in the parking lot at work, or just getting off work. Like, she called, make sure that, hey, like, what's up? You good? Like where are you in the process? Like, do not give up. Do not give up. Do not give up. You are almost there. So yeah. So mommy, love you. Thank you. I'll send you these episodes.
She's praying for you too.
Oof.
She's praying strong and hard, boy.
Yo, I'm not here without her prayers. I know she's praying for me. But yeah, bro, and shout out to you to your mom. Give your mom some love.
I was waiting to
but yeah, I'm good. Go for yours.
My mother, you already know I love you very much. Want to just appreciate your patience on not just raising one child, but two children, male and female.
Yep.
You already know the camaraderie that already happened within the actual living situation, but appreciate you just for being there, being present, pushing us.
Yep.
When it comes to our academics, when it comes to our mindset, when it comes to the love, you provide so much love that it's unmeasurable.
Absolutely.
And I thank you for being you, and always just not just looking out for yourself, but looking out for others, because whatever you have done, that is shown throughout my work and effort as a black man within this world. And so I'm forever in doubt to you. I have so much love for you. You already know you number one in my book, my favorite human being on earth. And I'm ready and excited to see what you plan on doing within this world, on how you get outside of your comfort zone and tap more into your nature, your abilities, your love, your talents, capabilities, and crafts of what you plan on doing. So just let God just take the wheel, shine that light, and whatever I can do to support and help, I will be there. I will push you. I will challenge you. I will support you. And let's get this work done.
And that.
I'm just put with this Kurt right on.
Oh, yes. And Malik's mom, thank you for providing the world with this phenomenal young man. He is everything and more that God has ordained him to be, and you being there clearly, he represents that to the fullest and to the utmost of his capability. So thank you, Malik's mom, as well.
Oh, and shout out to Kurt's mother as well. This is probably one of the most hardworking individuals that I know, supportive individuals that I know, pushing individuals that will push you and challenge you outside of your comfort zone to make sure that you get what's needed. No matter how uncomfortable you may feel, no matter how inadequate you may see it yourself as, no matter how less than or small you think you are, he'll build you up and expand you bigger than the balloon, and it won't even pop. He'll fill your head up with all the things that's needed pretty sure he'll pray for you even if you don't know that he's praying for you. And just his energy just definitely lights up the room. And I promise you on that. So I thank God for you. I don't know your mother's first last name, but I thank God for Kurt's mother for being who you are and birthing this individual to my right side. So much love and God bless you.
And on that note, family and friends, continue to go into the comments, subscribe to both our YouTube platform, Put Your Pride Down, and now on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, and wherever you get your streaming services from. Put Your Pride Down as well. But on that note, peace.